a thrift store I've not been to since and had never been to before. And I don't remember the name of it, so I'll probably never go back. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen and I'm the Restless Thrifter. I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I'm back in Texas. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. I was living in Denver, Colorado for the last 5 years, and we've moved back to Texas for I don't know how much time to live with family, help take care of them help take care of us. I'd also been going through some autoimmune issues and wasn't working full-time, but I'm full-time reselling now. I'm probably not listing as quickly as I used to, but I'm back at it. I'm listing 10 items a day, and it's really helping. If you hear that banging, there are a couple of loose pieces of awning in the backyard, and it's really windy. It took about a week to get settled. I'm settled. I'll show you around my reselling room and my shipping station, either this video or a future one. We'll see what we get fit in here, but I'm going to get caught up on what has sold for me, and I'm going to go over the top 10 sales for the weeks of September 8th through 30th. So those days, the days of September 8th through 30th, the last 3 weeks basically of that month. And then I'll start doing weekly videos again. In September, I wasn't listing a lot of new things anyway, because I was busy selling off my stuff locally, furniture and just big pieces of artwork and just whatever I could get rid of locally, as well as like donating and packing and all of that stuff in preparation for the move. So my sales weren't much to speak of anyway in September, but I did have some good ones, and I'm going to highlight those top 10. I'm going to go over them in reverse order from least to most profit, and I'll share with you the title of my items so you can hear the keywords that I use, how long it took to sell, which platform, the price it sold for, the cost of goods, and the profit itself after everything is taken out, fees and everything. All right, so the first one we had was a City Chic plus size 18 So Chic coat, lust red belted mid-length pockets, dressy. And I sold this pretty cheap. I loved this coat, and I was definitely going to keep it for myself. It's a perfect Texas coat because it's not too thick. It wasn't great for Colorado, so I was like, man, I didn't need it up there. But then it did sell. It sold in 10 months on Poshmark for $24. That was through an offer I sent, I think. And my cost of goods was $2.20, and I made $17. I definitely think this could have sold for more because it did retail for $229, and it was just gorgeous. But the person was very happy with it, and I'm glad to have made some sales in September to help with the moving costs. Okay, next sale was a Scala, I think is how you pronounce it. Size small hat, 100% wool felt, floppy concho hat band, 21-inch circumference. Sold in 3 months on eBay. This is something I picked up at the Colorado bins. There's like a really big one on a street called Kearney. It's the Goodwill outlet off of I think it's off of Highway, is that 70? Anyway, it's a great one. I loved that one in Denver. And the price it sold for was $31.94. That does include the cost of shipping because it's on eBay. My cost of goods was $1.06. That's what I averaged for my cost of goods that day at the bins. And my profit was $17.50. Beautiful hat. Next sale was something from my own pantry, actually not pantry, kitchen. Vintage Fiesta Banded tumblers, 16-ounce drinking glasses, yellow plum replacement. I had a whole set of these at one point. My mom and dad had given them to me for Christmas, and I think I had 3 yellow and 3 purple, and they were really fragile. They just kept breaking in my dishwasher, and I'm not about to hand wash dishes, so after 4 of them broke, I just had these 2 that were sitting in my cabinet, and I never used them because I didn't want to wash them because I didn't want them to break. So I listed them in preparation for the move because, you know, we have a whole cabinet full of glasses here at my dad's house where we're living. And it sold in 4 weeks on eBay for $40.61. I put my cost of goods as 0, and actually I guess it was because it was a gift. And so my profit was $17.78. Next sale was another personal item. This was out of my husband's closet, and it was a pair of Heelys, men's size 12 wheeled shoes, Voyager gray skate sneakers, key and covers. It had the key and the covers that go with it, so you can wear them wheeled or not wheeled. These sold in 3 weeks on eBay. The price was $36.48. Cost of goods was 0. This was actually also a Christmas gift to my husband. He wore them a lot. You know, I just had to stop being embarrassed when my husband's wearing Heelys in the grocery store. Let him be who he is. And the profit was $18.18. Next sale was a lot of 3 Ann Taylor size medium lace front camisoles, tank top, sleeveless, shell lined. Sold in 6 months. Sold on eBay. And I'm going to go back to this title so you notice all the words in there. Some people are going to call this a tank top. Some people are going to call this a camisole. Some people are looking for a shell. Shell might be like more of an old-fashioned word, but that's something that you would wear like under a blazer or a suit jacket, maybe a cardigan, but you're looking for a shell. And so I include all of those words. Those sold for $30. What a great deal for 3, hardly worn lace tank tops. I don't know what I want to call them. And the profit was $19.68. My cost of goods was 0 because my sister gave me these. If you can get free things or sell things out of your own house, it really keeps your cost of goods down. Next sale. This actually took a year to sell, a little over a year. It was an Oshkosh Bagosh vintage size 3T dress, 80s, corduroy, made in USA, striped, colorful. It was so cute, and I really did expect it to sell quicker and for more. I sold some similar patterned overalls really quickly, and I think for like $50 or $60. But this dress took a long time, and I don't know why. But it sold for $38.88. That was an offer I sent to a buyer. My cost of goods was $2.77. I got this at a thrift store in downtown Waxahachie, Texas. My profit was $21.03. The next in my top 10 sales was a Joseph Aboud. I looked this up at one time. Hold on. Aboud. Okay. Joseph Aboud. I was right the first time then. Joseph Aboud 42 regular blazer, 100% cashmere, Tolegno 1900 Italy gray sport coat. I don't know if I said that word right, but that is an Italian word. So this was Italian cashmere. Sold in 10 months on Poshmark, and it only sold for $37. It is Joseph Aboud. That brand's just not going to sell for a whole lot, but it was 100% cashmere. It was beautiful. And my cost of goods was $7.61, and my profit was $21.98. I did expect to get around $50 for this, but in September, I was really letting things go because I needed to make some sales, and I wasn't doing anything in order to boost my sales, like listing or offers or, relisting. What are the other things? Adding things to my promoted listings. It wasn't, I wasn't doing myself any favors there. The next item, we've got 3 more to go in the top 10, is a vintage Ralph Lauren all silk necktie, woven plaid, yellow blue Ukraine support. I thought it was perfect colors to show your support for Ukraine. This sold in 3 weeks on eBay. I had it listed for a lot longer, but I had it listed in a lot of other vintage ties. I separated them all out, and this one sold really quickly. The other ties have not sold yet. It sold for $34.20. I had paid $1.08, and my profit was $21.40. Can't remember the name of the thrift store or exactly which suburb of DFW it was in, but I did pick it up in the Dallas area. A thrift store I've not been to since and had never been to before. And I don't remember the name of it, so I'll probably never go back. The next item, Talbot size medium, new, charming cardigan sweater, button front, Geo Pearl Classic. New with tag item, sold in 8 months on eBay for $53.04. I had paid $4.35 and my profit was $37.03. I got this item and the next one at a Goodwill in Denver that I liked to go to. It was one of my favorites because it was the closest and I usually found some good things there. It was the Goodwill Lakeside, if you guys live in the Denver area. And my last and best sale for that time period was another sport coat. It was a Joseph A. Bank, size 48 extra long, 100% cashmere sport coat, Gordon 2-button tall. Gordon, I think, was the name of the style. And notice it was an extra long. So that's a little bit of a harder sale. And it sold in 7 months on eBay for $79.15. That's a great price, especially because it's Joseph A. Bank, which is very common. You're going to find that a million times over in thrift stores. But this was 100% cashmere, and I just love cashmere. And if you can find it in beautiful condition without any holes, I want to pick it up and sell it. So I paid $8.69 for it, and my profit was $40.79. And just so you know, for 100% cashmere Joseph A. Bank sport coat, the ASP at the time that I looked it up, which was 7 months ago, what it was $44.34. So you're not going to get a whole lot for that brand. I got more, and I'm thrilled about that. And I did want to cover 2 lessons learned. The first is an Old Navy size 16 short jeans, the Sweetheart Skinny, dark rinse denim curvy fit. These I got in a plus size mystery box from Jomar, which is no longer Jomar. It's no longer around. I think my average cost of goods for those Jomar boxes, about like 4 of them, was $5.03, if I remember correctly. Took 2 years to sell on eBay, and I made $5.75. So the sales price was $22.30. Cost of goods $5.03. Profit $5.75. So the reason why it's a lesson learned is for 2 things. I made less than $6, and it took 2 years to sell. Like, I don't want things hanging around in my inventory. When I show you my space, you're going to see I don't have a whole lot of room. I'm not expanding beyond this space for a while, if ever, but I need to get things out more quickly. I'd like them to leave my place within 3 months. And the next lesson learned is Rae Dunn size large bride tee, tie-dye scrunchy, wedding, bridal, shower, bachelorette. I bought this. This was a retail arbitrage deal for me 2 years ago. Sold on eBay for $14.20. My cost of goods was $6.53, and my profit was, at least I had a profit of $1.33. So I don't know. I do know why I bought these, because I was a newbie and I thought Rae Dunn was great. I thought it being new with tags was great. I got it on clearance from TJ Maxx for $6.53. That was after tax. That's not a great cost of goods, really. But I didn't know any better. And I also didn't even know to look up sell-through rate. I was looking up comps at times, but I wasn't looking up sell-through rate. And so you learn. I picked up 2 of these bride tees and 2 or 3 bridesmaid tees. So that's everything I wanted to go over with you today. I will add some footage here of my new space. I share my space with none other than the Great Reacher. Yeah, there he is. Yes, that's the Great Reacher boy. Yes, it is. Want to catch a ball? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I share this space with him. He comes to work with me. It's nice to be able to work from home. It's nice to be able to have your dog. Yes. He's got his doggy door over here, but yeah, you can see it where that plywood is. That's covering up part of the window. But he's not going in and out today because there are big lakes and puddles in our yard from all the rain we've gotten lately. Okay, so here is my space. I am at the back of it. There's a back door that leads outside. I'll show you. This is my desk. This is where I measure my items before I put them in my bins for inventory after taking photos. And there is my inventory on that side. It's cut in half by that rug there. And this is where I photograph. So I have 3 mannequins and they swap out places there. And right now they're all clustered in the space because I was using my flat lay board, which is just a piece of wood covered by some fabric that has sort of a textured stickiness to it, leaning at an angle so that when, like, I have a pair of pants or whatever, I can lay them in such a way that they don't bunch up at the bottom. And I just have a 3M hook up there that I hang the hanger on, and it works out pretty well. There's Reacher's doggy door. And here's just a whole bunch of stuff I need to list. Yeah. Ideally, I would not have any of this here. Maybe except for one small bin of merchandise to list. And I have all of that stuff to list right there. The bin and the 2 boxes. So I'm getting caught up on things I need to list. I'm going to do a little 360 here so you can see the whole space. There's the door to the outside. And now let me show you my inventory space. So I have 3 sets of shelves. I have these steel ones here, and they are covered up by my rack of things I need to list / coats that just don't fit in a bin. I can roll that out of the way when I need to get to these when I'm pulling things to ship. And then I have these 2 wire rolling racks that I also can move out of the way to get to the other set of bins over there, those plastic ones. And those don't roll. So yeah, it's a bit of a hassle to have to move things a little bit, but it's not that much of a hassle. They're super easy to roll. I just move them very slowly. And I have some things hanging up that I need to steam there. Got some cleaning supplies over here. So this is my space, and that leads into the living room, that door, where Reacher wants to go because that's where his daddy is. My husband works in another office in the house, and that is where I ship out of. So I'll try to show you that next. Let's see if I can take Reacher with me. Here's another view. So this is like if you're coming in from the living room. Here's another view. So I really like my space. I'm lucky to have this kind of a space to work out of, and it works for me pretty well. Right, Reacher? All right, so here is my shipping area. My husband works on this side, and I work on this side. Although we're not in here at the same time because, my God, it's small. So we share a chair. So I've got all my boxes over there, some excess boxes down there as well. This room's still coming together because I'm going to be moving my monitor into the other room. But it's coming together nicely, and I've got my scale, I've got my Dymo printer, and all the supplies I need. I'll just come in here in the morning before he starts work or in the evening afterward and get all my things shipped out, and then he uses his space. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this footage of my new space, and I will talk to you later. Just keep listening.